Welcome to another edition of Huckins on Film. I'm your host, Kyle Huckins, and we're talking Dark Skies. This movie's fucking funny as hell. It's not supposed to be, but it is. This movie was bad. And I was actually looking forward to this movie. Then it came out over the weekend, and there were no screenings for critics. Not that I even trust most critics that much, but if something doesn't even get screened for them, that's rarely a good thing. That's one of those moments where the studio's like, oh man, well, let's release it and hope we make some of the money back on this dog. Wow. This was awful. Just I don't even know where to begin. About an hour and a half long. There are parts that feel much longer. Because that's the big problem with this movie, is the laughs aren't constant. Is there are some sequences of just and you know what, for a movie that's not that long, there were plenty of scenes that could have been trimmed or removed altogether. Honestly, this thing probably could have been knocked down to about 65 minutes. But it's from the producers of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. And you can tell because the overall look of the film, it does look a lot like Insidious. There's even a part in the movie where a bunch of cameras get set up in the house just for the Paranormal Activity fans. You know, they really try to shoehorn in every horror cliche of the past 10 years. And that's the one thing you really notice about is there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing original about it. Then again, it's from the same guy who directed Priest and Legion. He has no voice whatsoever. Because it feels like a mixture of Paranormal Activity and Insidious with Signs and the Fourth Kind thrown in. Yeah, spoiler alert. Well, not that you're going to watch it for the story. You won't care about that. Get together with some friends, though. It's a good way to laugh as a group. It's a pretty riffable movie. Hell, it's even one scene there. It's got a little hint of The Happening in there. Yeah, director saw fit to pay homage to The Happening. To me, if you're a producer, you're talking to the director, and he brings that up, how do you not throw him out of the office and have a good stiff drink? I'm sorry I didn't do a trailer section. I don't even remember the trailers. I really don't. If I think of them, I'll tell you at the end, but I can't even remember them. But I'd say the acting is decent. You know, it's wife, husband, 2 kids. The only actor I remember is Carrie Russell, who plays the wife. Who honestly, she kind of looks like Dina Meyer from the early Saw flicks with straight hair. Which I'm okay with. Because Dina Meyer's a fox. I want to bring that word back. I don't hear that one enough. She's an attractive lass. And Kerry Russell's quite attractive too. Managed to get quite a few shots of her legs into this. Again, I'm not complaining. And like I said, I don't think there are bad performances in this, but I kind of feel like that's what the director wanted. Like there's one scene where the husband's just standing out in the backyard. And Kerry Russell's like trying to get his attention, and he's not responding at all. And she gets in front of him, and he's standing there. And, he's supposed to just look really distant, like he has no idea that she's there. Only, the whole thing's ruined because he's like... when you're going for distant and disconnected, your goofiest O-face, probably not the way to go. I could only imagine the takes that weren't used. Okay, I just want you to stand there, not acknowledge Carrie, just stand there, act really disconnected. Could also be that the cutting room floor, clean as a whistle. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was not a frame of footage wasted. Oh. But yeah, there are moments with the dialogue, and like I said, I think I'm going to have to get into spoilers to really get into... Well, I'm not going to give away the ending, because this movie doesn't actually have one. The credits show up all of a sudden. And, there's some crowd noise. It's kind of a confused thing going on. Like, two people start to clap, and this guy sitting in the road is like, who's clapping? There was no clapping for this movie. And the whole place burst out laughing. It's actually an okay crowd considering it's a Monday night in February. Not exactly prime movie viewing time. Oh. The story is very weak. And the performances are just so weird due to the direction. And it's definitely trying to be, like I said, it's from the guys that did Paranormal Activity, Insidious. And you can tell this guy's watched a lot of Saw flicks. Because he's trying to make everything mysterious. Near the end, there's kind of a twist. Then they reveal it. And they backtrack through all the clues. Kind of like they do at the end of every Saw movie. The only difference is, every Saw movie, well, not the early ones, the most effective, it would be a very subtle clue. It'd only be shown once, maybe twice. Dark Skies, they sledgehammered it into your head about 57 times. It's one of those, when you're going through the flashbacks, like, if you needed that, you're an idiot. Seriously, you're a putz. I mean, just everything is telegraphed in this movie. Especially the jump scares. Because after a while, the director does not understand the concept of diminishing returns on jump scares. Because even the best horror flicks only get away with it a few times. This one, they just jump scare after jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. And they don't work in marathon form. They really don't. You can't use them too much, and you have to space them out. That's what a movie like Alien understood. Yeah, it had jump scares in it. Had some of the cheapest jump scares ever. But Ridley Scott knew how to work them. These jump scares worked on people who have never seen a movie before. Oh, just... Oh. There's one scene where birds just start flying into the house. A whole bunch of them are dead. And it's supposed to be a weird, creepy event. Like, why the fuck did that happen? You're too busy laughing at the guys in the hazmat suits, just like picking dead birds up off the lawn. It's just one of those movies, just nothing worked. Like I said, I saw it with a primarily younger audience. Maybe with a little more of a serious audience, some of it might have worked a little better. But man, just every time they tried something, one person would laugh, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a full-blown laugh riot the whole time, but it was not good. Oh, I really wish I knew what else to say about this. I said, it's one of those movies where there's a plot twist near the end, but it doesn't have an ending. You know, it leaves things very open. It's not a movie like Sinister or Insidious, where it ends, where it's like, it could be continued, but the movie is closed off. Like, you know, clearly those movies could be made into sequels. They probably wouldn't be very effective, though. Dark Skies, it's just... Yeah, you guys were just trying to set up part 2, and that's never gonna happen. I mean, I kind of want it to because I have a gruesome sense of humor, but Dark Skies 2, nine-ish, not gonna happen. You know, it's... Or actually, I should say, this movie does have an ending. It's just that it goes on for about 7 minutes after the ending. Seriously, that would have helped a lot. Just, oh, shit, it's over. Wow, that was kind of dark. But this movie having no sense of timing or pacing to it just keeps lurching forward like a drunk zombie. and then it gets to the credits. I mean, honestly, if you're interested in becoming a filmmaker, I would watch Dark Skies. And I would check out just about everything they did. And then make the big checklist and just put, do not ever do these things across the top. And chances are you'll make a semi-competent movie. I don't know, maybe I'm just mad because this didn't have enough Tommy Wiseau, but this movie, it's not good, but you know what? Get some friends, get some beers, it could be a fun evening. Ugh. Little postscript. Sorry I haven't done anything lately. Time has not been my ally, so to speak. Even when I haven't been working, I've been busy. So, don't worry. I'm not shutting down the site or anything. Reviews are going to keep coming. Just haven't been able to do them lately. I will do my best to change that. Anyway, that's Kyle Huckins for Huckins on Film. Fucking off.